drgsziormzm Zosoz Now, it's hard to tell exactly where the synagogue is. This Abu Lawha Madain Saleh al-Ula Saud in Saudi Arabia. Ula, Saudi Arabia is where it's at. Reminds us of the Jewish presence among the Arabians and certain influences in the culture, and that was one of the things that the prophetic message was to refine. And the rock cut tunes, instead of focusing on public works and stuff like that, is just, you know, a sign of what was to come, you could say. Now, Zion was also known as Chef Se Ba. My delight is in her. And Loon is, you know, is what we're talking about. So we talk about grandeur in the Epistle of Hebrews, in the Song of Solomon. We talk about city of God. We have the reference to an altar dedicated to God for the sacrificing. So some see it as the church, some see it as the religious organization, you could say. And 2 Kings 19:21. Remember, there's no actual commandment not to say the tetragrammaton. So anybody who tells you that doesn't, you know, can't read the text. The commandment is from the rabbis, not from scripture. Although, but okay, well, that's another point. But 2 Kings 19:21. But maybe it's sardonically used, because rather than the good example that you can join, people have, well, it's a landmark that stands apart, but Zah, Hadbar, Asher, Deber, Yahweh, Batza, Lak, Laga, Lak, Batula, Bat, Yun, Street, Rash, Tanya, but Jerusalem. But see, it doesn't matter. Well, if you're put on, there's a lot more Jews on TV and stuff like this, so naturally people are going to find them more attractive than they would otherwise. And there'd be a selection. You know, they want the view to be better in some respects. So they would pick people of certain appearances. And but you could say this, well, I mean, it talks about blasphemy and making fun and all that sort of stuff. So things delineating into jokes, and even jokes about religion. I keep on getting things keep appearing on my feed. Some guy who's supposed to be a Jew swearing about stuff, you know. No. That's not the purpose. And So people they made themselves an enemies of God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for jumbling there, but Psalms 9:11. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have the scope on 9:11, but we Shubak Yudation Matfilas, but Dershi Yahweh, and those who know the name don't abandon those who turn. And the next verse, Zamru Wayashamtu Hangyaru Animalyawaku. And so you declare the deeds, you sing the hymn, and the hymns are primarily the revealed text, inspiration secondarily. What people compose, that's fine too. But just like in the Zoroastrian thing, where you mention the, through this character, God did this, angel, human, fire, whatever, we are mentioning them in respect. And this is what Zion is supposed to do. So, as I've said before, Zion is a presence. Zion is an opportunity. Zion is something you can, that perhaps you are only conditionally part of Zion. You can have people left in Zion, people kicked out of Zion, the rugged ancient times, how, you know, people of different terrain would naturally be kept separate. How people would go in through trade and all that sort of thing. Asyan the burr is something that occurs sometimes. So that's a real, that, you know, that's a physical place here. So Numbers 33:35, 33:36, 1 Kings 9:26, 1 Kings 22:48, 2 Chronicles 8:17, 2 Chronicles 20:36. But as nights, 2 Samuel. And that's closer to our word for Zion, for, you know, Zionism. But the context of Zion isn't something where God favors, that God recommends. Where among all these references of Zionism does it say that God recommends, or that you know, this blood and soil thing? And see, like Psalms 137:1, you know, the remembering of Zion. We should be upset. We should be upset that we are not, that we're not setting this shining example, that whether other people are following it or not, that's sort of the basis of Luciferianism, isn't it? Is that you're finding the truth. You're realizing it, you're actualizing it. And that's what politics form as a function. It forms it as, and other social functions, is that it's supposed to actualize an example of freedom or ability, you could call it. A presence in the world, a presence that can be looked on, not just, and presencing the spiritual entities, obviously. Now, this concept can appear to monotheists and polytheists. I'm not saying in any of what I share that a person has to be polytheist to be in part of any of these things. I certainly don't believe in vicarious atonement. I don't think that tonic supports the Christian-specific claims. Oh, the shadow thing? No, that's not it. But I'm sure in some way or another, we can refer to these things as other ways. But in the Christian times, it was originally just used for the hill. So the Christian solidification of concepts like Son of God and all that sort of stuff sort of resulted in that. Just like, and nowadays are the limiting, fragmenting of things. And the fragmenting of secular Judaism into Zionism, as I think where some of this says. But let's think of what coming, if it's just some ethnic identity, it has nothing to do with it has little to do with the religion, you know, and beware of all this mocking and all this other stuff and the crimes committed within the nation against other nations, that sort of stuff. I've the past couple programs have but drgsziormzm, Zosoz, Hzov. Let us learn from history. Let us not, as Colossians 2:16-17 talks about, see our lessons as like they're shadows. They're more than just shadows of things to come and all that. But there are hermetic meanings to stuff. As far as it is translated correctly, as far as it is transmitted correctly, literally the revelation and inspiration works. Some things are for different times and different places. I understand that. But there's certain material, culture differences, certain psychological differences, and that's fine. Being the people of example doesn't mean that we have to, that people still don't have their choice, because they certainly do. Zosoz,